before ye is a list of 8 games ye always are prithing us to fashion an episode on. Last weeketh, completion bonus members voted this list down from 16 games, and next week they will turn it into 4, then the next week 2, until finally we have a winner, and an episode will be completed. Final Fantasy IX versus Metroid Fusion? Whew! These brackets are surely heating uppeth. As of June 2022, Sonic the Hedgehog is officially 31 years old, and it seems like at this point he's done it all. He's been in some of the best games ever made, as well as some of the weirdest and worst. He's starred in great cartoons, fantastic comics, and at this point has 2 successful live-action films. And in order to celebrate, Sega released Sonic Origins, a compilation featuring Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, and Sonic CD on every major platform. Which is good, because I never played Sonic CD before. Hey everyone, and welcome back to an all-new episode of The Completionist, where we don't just beat the games, we complete them. Obviously, I'm in my Blue Zone box at my house. I wasn't able to go to the studio this week because I just wasn't feeling well. So here I am, doing everything I can, trying to be what I am, pretending I'm a Blue Blur man. The Goldfinger reference for the 5 of you who know that. Look. It's true about Sonic CD for me. I never owned a Sega CD before. I never even heard of Sonic CD until I really played it in the Sonic Mania kind of stage that it was in. I knew the game got re-released in 2011, but I didn't know how close it was to an actual Sonic game. And to be fair, it went under my radar because I didn't know it existed. So in order to celebrate the Blue Blur's birthday bash, I'm finally gonna complete Sonic CD and also give a pretty in-depth look at Sonic Origins full package. And just a little bit of a spoiler alert, this full package is a little disappointing. Full package, oh man, it's a dick joke. Hold on, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Jeremy? Guys, Jeremy, the writer, is always trying to get me to do dick jokes. So, Jeremy, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Let's begin.
Yes! All glory goes to the winner. Wake up! Last one standing wins. KO!
Sonic has made it to 31 years old. He was like most 31-year-olds that I know, he'd still be trying to figure out how to be an adult while being buried underneath a ton of college debt. And growing down to the government he'd been taught to love is actually ineffective and might eventually collapse on itself. Instead, he had a movie open to over $400 million worldwide. Not bad for a millennial. It was this success and a bevy of new fans that made Sonic team head Iizuka Takahashi want to make the older 2D Sonic games available on more modern hardware. At this point, all these games have only been available in the 4:3 format ratio. A lot of them have gotten modern ports at the time from various platforms, including mobile. And while this may seem nostalgic to some old video game fogies, most people nowadays are used to the 16:9 widescreen support of the modern era. This is all great, but what I'm most excited about is that these games are finally becoming available again after a while. You see, while Sonic 1 and 2 have been re-released multiple times on a ton of platforms over the years, the last time we saw Sonic CD and Sonic 3 and Knuckles together was back in 2011. So not only am I excited to get a modern port of Sonic 3 and Knuckles again, since it is one of my favorite 2D Sonic games, I'm especially pumped to play Sonic CD since, time to say it, I have never actually played Sonic CD before. After the original Sonic game was a huge success and made the Genesis the #1 console to own in the United States, Sonic's creator Yuji Naka was dissatisfied. On the verge of quitting, he was contacted by American designer Mark Cerny, who was developing the Sega Technical Institute in California. Yuji Naka flew out there and would work with the team there to make Sonic 2. However, Sega was still based in Japan, where they were developing the Sega CD, an attachment to the Genesis that would allow it to play games on discs instead of cartridges. One of the first games pitched was an enhanced version of Sonic 2, directed by Sonic character designer Naoto Oshima. This version of Sonic 2 was going to have better music, more levels, but after the game sold poorly in Japan, Sega went another route. They took the game that was already being developed and turned it into something completely different and new: Sonic CD. Sonic CD would go on to be the best-selling game on the Sega CD, which is like being the fastest tortoise in a race. But the game would introduce Amy Rose and Metal Sonic to the series officially. The downside was that you'd actually have to own a Sega CD to play it, and I never did. I mean, come on, would you purchase a $300 add-on for a $200 console? That means I never really thought about Sonic CD all that much, even though it was wonderfully remade in 2011 by Christian Whitehead and friends over at various studios like Headcanon. These people loved Sonic so much, they built the retro engine to improve on these classic games. They'd also go on to remaster Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Headcanon specifically would be brought on to remaster Sonic 3 for Origins. And with a talented team who clearly loved the material, there was no way anything could go wrong. Needless to say, I have been very stoked to play Sonic Origins since I love these 3 other games, and I was sure that I was going to walk away loving Sonic CD as well. And you know what? Yeah, I was right. Sonic CD was created in order to show off everything that the Sega CD could do. Not only did the game do this in spades, but it also made for one of the most unique and fun Sonic games ever made. The game starts you off with an incredible animated cutscene. It's absolutely gorgeous, with Sonic running fast through fields and Rainbow shooting into the air whenever he runs across water. And immediately, it sets itself apart from the other games in Sonic Origins. These gorgeous visuals continue with the game itself. Every level is bright, colorful, and feels completely unique. For example, Palm Tree Panic looks like a tropical Green Hill Zone, while Wacky Workbench Zone is all neon color lights with bouncy platforms everywhere. This epic presentation continues with fun and vibrant music and cool enemies that turn into flowers every time you defeat them. It's awesome, and it shows that the Sega CD was more than just an FMV machine. In regards to the gameplay, it controls just like a 2D Sonic game. The only real big addition control-wise is the Super Peel Out. It works just like the Spin Dash, except you move even faster at the cost of not damaging enemies. I still found myself using the Spin Dash more just because it was here and I got used to it from Sonic Mania, but if I wanted that quicker boost, I always had that option right in front of me. However, Sonic CD has a much bigger emphasis on exploration in levels as opposed to speed. There are a ton of secret passageways and multiple paths that make every playthrough feel unique, but not all paths in Sonic CD are material. There are also paths through time. That's right, Sonic CD wasn't the first Sonic game to experiment with time travel. Throughout every level, there are signs that say past or future. If you spin one and then run fast enough uninterrupted, you will cause a time warp sending you to either the ancient past or the dystopic Robotnik future. Once you are in one of those different areas, you can spin the opposite sign to return to the present. Now, I have to say, this is so much freaking fun because not only does it change the aesthetic of the entire zone, but it changes the level layout as well. So a blocked path in the present may be completely open in the past or the future. This is also where the main goal for each zone comes in. Eggman has left a robo-transporter in the past. So if you go back in time and destroy the transporter, then the future for that zone will change into something happier. Your goal is to do this for every zone so that you can unlock Sonic CD's good ending. But that's not the only way. As is required in every 2D Sonic game, there is also a mini game at the end of every zone where you can earn 7 time stones to guarantee the good ending. You run around what looks like a racetrack destroying UFOs. It's not that difficult, but it doesn't quite match the glory of the blue balls. Wait, no, blue spheres. Damn it, Jeremy! Come on, you're better than this. Not only is the time mechanic a clever new way to make the player look at a Sonic level, but the fact that there's actually more than one way to earn the true ending is really fascinating. It supports the player and whether they want to see everything that each stage has to offer, or if they just want to rush through it as quickly as possible. Now, if you want to complete the game, you're gonna have to rush through the game if you want to get any of the extras offered with Sonic CD. There is a time attack mode, and if you want to unlock the DA Garden in visual mode, you gotta beat the main game in under 25 minutes. Visual mode is a way to watch all the cinematics in the game, while DA Garden is a type of sound visualizer that changes based on the tracks. Now that being said, I don't know what the DA in DA Garden stands for. District Attorney? Dan Aykroyd? Dick Assman. Damn it, Jeremy. I'm so tired of all of this potty humor. Get it together.
Believe it or not, that's a real person. He was a very minor celebrity in 1995.
What? Really?
Yep. Assman the Gas Man. Rest in peace.
Huh. Who knew? Completing the game in under 25 minutes also unlocks selectable minigames. If you go over to time attack and push up, you can then choose which level you'd like to try. If you get all of them below 4 minutes, you'll then unlock 2 more extras, a sound test and a level select. Now these are basic, but it always feels nice to be rewarded for making the effort here. You know, I was genuinely blown away by Sonic CD. The emphasis on exploration made each level a real blast to get through, but on top of that, the future and past mechanics of time travel was really unique. It's a fun addition that made this adventure feel extremely different from every other 2D Sonic games I played up to this point. So it genuinely makes me wish that I had gotten a Sega CD just specifically for this game. Now, if I were to rank the original Sonic games, if you will, these 4 original games, I'd put Sonic 1 at the bottom. Then I would probably put Sonic 2 and Sonic CD neck and neck. I like these games a lot. I think the reason why I like Sonic 2 more than Sonic CD is because I love the mini games where you can get the Chaos Emeralds, and obviously I love playing as Super Sonic, but the level designs in Sonic CD are really, really fun. And obviously my number 1 being Sonic 3 and Knuckles, just because it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. If I had to rank them against Sonic Mania, I think Sonic Mania is my favorite 2D Sonic game of all time, which I think I've said multiple times, but very exciting stuff. Look, I'm getting a little sidetracked. Today, we're not just looking at Sonic CD in this video, obviously. We're looking at everything involved in Sonic Origins, and while there are a ton of highlights there are also some glaring issues, and I'm letting you all know in advance that I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but it's gonna come off as if I'm complaining. I have redone my voiceover several times throughout this process, and no matter how I do it, I just come off as a little whiny baby, and I don't want that. So take what I'm about to say with grains of salt, but as a huge Sonic 3 and Knuckles fan, I'm a bit disappointed with what we got. Despite my previous emphasis, there would be more games on this disc physically than Sonic CD. There's also Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, as well as the never-ending Blue Sphere game, which that was made just for me. And while the first 2 games are great in this collection, Sonic 3 and Knuckles leaves a lot to be desired, and saying that makes me really depressed to say out loud. The good news is that Sonic 3 still controls and looks like Sonic 3. The bad news is that there are times where nothing sounds like Sonic 3. Now, the reason why we haven't seen this game in so long was because of what we all think is licensing issues and music. It has been speculated that because Michael Jackson was involved with the original music, his estate hasn't permitted Sega to re-release the game unless they get paid a hefty sum of money. Alternatively, it has also been rumored that Sega has just been trying to stay away from Michael Jackson for obvious reasons. Either way, this means that we're not going to get the original soundtrack of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Instead, we are left with updated versions of the prototype tracks for each stage and zone that was done by Michael Jackson. And I hate to bash something I love, but wow, this music is really not good. Music is a major part of Sonic's identity. Yes, Mario may have technically beaten Sonic in terms of polish and consistency, but no series has better music than Sonic the Hedgehog. And Sonic 3 has some of the best tracks ever. These new songs are depressing and kind of muted. Music in Sonic games should take me in with a sense of wonder, not make me feel like I'm a fish trapped in a bowl. The weird thing is, this actually made the entire experience playing the Blue Sphere minigame very weird for me. I got worse at the Blue Sphere minigame, and people who watch me stream know that I love the Blue Sphere minigame. I could play it for hours on end. I get really good at it. I get super into it. But the music no longer changes as the tempo of the game increases. So usually what happens is the music tempo goes and the gameplay gets faster. Now, the music stays the same, but the gameplay gets faster. My brain has been trained for so long to play the games this way that I have no idea how to play it now. And it's super foreign to me. It's super bizarre. And I don't know how to approach that, you know? You know what? If they really didn't want that music association, I get why they did it. The only people who are really going to notice here, though, are the hardcore fans like myself. And that feels stupid because, again, I'm not trying to come off as complainy, but it's kind of a big issue. Music and Sonic go hand in hand, right? The casual fans, maybe even the fans who play this for the first time, aren't going to notice this thing at all. But in this case, the classic fans who've been playing this game for decades, this is something to get mad about in the end. But it's also not that big of a deal. What is a big deal, however, is when a publisher rushes out a product when it is not fully ready. Publisher, developer, anytime a game development process is rushed, you know you're in for a world of hurt. Buckle up. There are also bugs all throughout this version of Sonic 3. None of them are game breaking, but they are noticeable and frustrating at times. Seriously, when I was on the phone with our writer discussing this game, I encountered a bug that just froze everything. It didn't happen again after that, but it seemed like I'd run into something like that every time I played it. And what's worse is, it seems like this could have been prevented. Simon Thomley, the leader of Headcanon, said on Twitter that they were hired to develop a remastered version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, not knowing it was a part of a bigger project. On top of that, they had a strict deadline and spent almost the whole process under crunch conditions when Sega refused to budge on the release date. This, combined with a lot of modifications to the game on Sega's part, resulted in the final version that we got of Sonic 3. And at this point, there has not been an announcement or update to patch the game, despite Headcanon offering to do so. Now, this type of thing really makes me upset. If someone tells you what's wrong with something that you are passionate about and they know how to fix it, you take them up on it. If a plumber comes in and says, hey, I thought I finished fixing your toilet, but I'm actually missing a part and it's gonna shoot poop all over your bathroom if you flush it, I need another hour. You don't say, no, I want to poop now. You give them that time. Now look, this is a lot of negativity from me and I'm really sorry for it. I love Sonic 3 and Knuckles that much. It's my favorite of the original games. This game was integral to my childhood and who I am as a gamer to this very day. The good news is that I only have positive things to say from here on out because Sonic 1 and 2 are just as good as I remember them. In fact, I feel this new updated version makes them feel even better. And the first thing I noticed was that you can do the drop dash in every game, which makes sense since the people who invented the drop dash had basically remastered every classic Sonic game. The drop dash essentially means that while you're in the air, you can basically vertically make yourself fall faster, and when you land, you go into the spin dash. Speaking of the spin dash, it was also added to this version of Sonic 1. This makes the game faster and flow better. And since I recently completed Sonic 1, I really appreciated this compared to the original. Also, Sonic Origins offers a new way to play all 4 of these games. Anniversary mode. In this mode, the gameplay is essentially unchanged. However, there are now no lives. You can just play each game and die as many times as you want. This is a great way to see everything each game has to offer. You can also retry the mini games that are designed around getting the Chaos or Time Emeralds. That is, if you have a coin, which can be collected from a TV, or you earn them when you get 100 rings because there are no extra lives in this mode. The other change is that each game now has new animated cutscenes that play before and after the game's end. These are gorgeous and are a lot of fun. Plus, they do a great job of unifying all the games together as one cohesive plot. And it's a good thing you can do this because you can also play all the games in a single playthrough with story mode. But if you want that 90s gaming feel, each game can also be played in classic mode, where everything is just as it used to be, and it's all presented in that classic 4:3 aspect ratio. Story mode is also located in the same section where mission mode is, and that is exactly what it sounds like. You're given a small area to work in and a specific specific mission to accomplish. Depending on how well you do, you will be granted the same coins we mentioned earlier. None of the 71 missions are particularly tough enough to S rank, and it's a lot of fun looking at these games from a different perspective. They range from gathering a certain amount of rings in a short time, to different game-specific challenges like time warping as much as possible. And if you want more things like that, each game also has a boss rush mode, a mirror mode, and essentially going forward, you can just keep playing the Blue Sphere minigame with random settings across the board. Overall, I think there's a lot to love about Sonic Origins. You've got anniversary mode, story mode, mission mode, all are super fun. Also, you have your classic modes. You've got cool, interesting things like mirror mode and boss rush mode and infinite blue sphere mode. But I can't help but think that this collection should be more than what this is. Similarly priced collections have a lot more games to offer for the same price tag, if not cheaper. For example, looking at all of this, the Capcom Fighting Game Collection just came out, right? Has 10 different fighting games in it, while the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection has 13 games in it. Sonic Origins has 4 games that you can play in 5 different ways. And while it does feel different and unique to play in these different ways, these are still the same games. It just feels like it's kind of lacking, especially because of that colossal price tag that Sega's requiring here. I say colossal, but these games, similarly to other Nintendo titles, have been re-released several times, with the exception of Sonic CD and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, on the lesser side of the other two. Now look, there is some extra content here that does put a massive smile on my face here, and that has to be the museum. The museum makes completing this game all worth the journey. As we've all seen, the rewards for completing a game can make or break it. I've seen good games become miserable and mediocre games become wonderful. And the museum in Sonic Origins does a lot to appease what I dislike from this game. The museum contains various films, illustrations, and songs from every Sonic game before and after the 3D era. These items are further split into 2 sections, the normal collection and the premium collection. You get the normal collection items you earn by playing the game. They each have a specific task attached to them, but they're all fairly basic and will happen naturally. There are a total of 73 of these. However, I should also note that I did purchase the deluxe version of this game, so I also got 251 remastered music tracks without having to do anything in game. So technically speaking, there are 324 items in the normal collection of the museum. Then there's the premium collection, where each item has to be purchased with the same coins used to replay those mini games. This creates a fun risk-reward system where you genuinely have to decide whether you want to use a coin for a single shot at the blue spheres, or do you want to save them for that sweet completion content? Fortunately, it's very easy to grind these coins out, since getting an S rank in the missions gives you at the very least 5 of them. There are a total of 148 items in the premium collection at 5 coins a pop, meaning you'll be spending at the very least 740 coins to get everything. So is it worth it to get this premium content? Hell yeah, it is. You can see animatics of the cutscenes, some early art of the Sonic characters, and some more footage from the Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony. These are all great and genuinely feel like a celebration of Sonic. And as sprinkles on this completion Sunday, every time you save little animals in a zone, those critters appear on the island representing the game in the main menu. It's a lovely little detail that makes doing everything feel even more satisfying. So, even as a hardcore fan who was upset about everything with Sonic 3, I left this whole thing pretty satisfied. Yes, I will always be a little peeved about the music and really ticked off about how Sega handled all of this, but overall, I found everything to be pretty great. And frankly, if the new music bothers you that much, just switch to the original Japanese soundtrack. It slaps, just like my butt. Okay, you know what? Jeremy, come on, let's wrap this bad boy up. Now look, you're probably watching this video saying, Gerard, you don't like Sonic. Not true. You hate all Sonic games. Not true. You're not a Sonic fan. Not true. I promise you, if you've watched this channel long enough, you will know that I have a tremendous amount of respect for Sonic and the people who make Sonic. But like I said earlier, this video feels like I'm nitpicking and complaining on the smaller things. And it's only because, one, I truly believe that when it comes to bringing back classic titles, you have to try your best to hit that exact same iron to be hot again when we were kids, when we first experienced it, especially when it comes to a collection pack, right? A lot of the discourse for Sonic Origins for me was the issues with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I'm sure that there's tons of videos out there that have a fair amount of problems discussing the bugs, the glitches, the processes, all that stuff. Does the new beta music in Sonic 3 and Knuckles suck? Yes. Does it have some bugs? Yes. Did Sega handle the situation poorly? Yeah. But does this do enough to ruin the entire experience for anyone at home? I don't think so. You're still playing a compilation of 4 classic Sonic games with updated gameplay and visuals in 4K if you're playing in that side of the world, with updated graphics and powerful graphics cards or consoles. The museum has a ton of great Sonic history in it, and the anniversary mode is a great way for new and Sonic fans alike to experience the first few games. Is Sonic Origins perfect? No. But is it still Sonic the Hedgehog? Absolutely. Going back to Sonic CD. Sonic CD, as someone who's never played it, has zero nostalgia for it, has zero stake in this race, was an absolute blast to complete. I love the design of the levels. I love the aesthetic of the enemies. It feels like Sonic went on a different adventure from Sonic 2, and the adventure he went on was so much bigger. The introduction of Metal Sonic and not Mecha Sonic. As a young kid, I thought they were the same. The introduction of Amy Rose. In the beginning, I thought this music was not very good, and then I talked to T. Lopes, and he told me to turn on the Japanese music, and I was blown away. Now I love both, but the Japanese version of the soundtrack is much better in my opinion. And overall, I walked away really having a new appreciation for Sonic CD. So, with that in mind, I give Sonic CD and Sonic Origins my completionist rating of completed.
Complete it!